Well, the games come thick and fast out in the Championship, and today we're going to take a look at the last round of matches before the latest international break, and we're going to have the predictions coming up next. Oh, and they are, of course, that's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, stream, whatever you want to call it. And we'll take a look at Matchday number 11 out of the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button and smash the thumbs up. Give this stream some love. Get it out there so everyone can have a little wander and have a look at it. But anyway, we're going to first and foremost jump into the midweek stream. Basically, I think we were on live Sunday. We're going to look at the results of the games on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we're going to jump forward into match day number 11, boys and girls. We have a jam-packed schedule. It's been a jam-packed week. So hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome Rory, welcome Liam, familiar faces of the stream. So be sure to have your predictions ready, folks, because we're going to go thick and fast. So, but first and foremost, let's take a little look at how we got on last time out. Hello Russell, welcome to the gang. It is Thursday, obviously. Jam-packed. The games took place last night, so this is the latest opportunity I could do the stream, so that's why we're here. So let's get going. First and foremost, the criteria, the grading criteria, is if you get 0 to 3 predictions, you're going to get the red face, the red face gang, boys and girls. 4 to 6, straight face club. 7 plus top banana, thumbs up. There we go. I tell you what, it's an okay midweek. There was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of surprise predictions or results, should I say. But here they are. So let's take a look at it now, folks. So the mighty blue and white could only muster a 1-1 draw against Forest. A little bit hard done by the end. Forest were good at the blocks, but ultimately it was a game that I think Rovers threw away. We didn't concentrate after we took the lead, and Forest pegged us straight back. 1-1, final score. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Rovers, so got that one wrong. Next up, Hull City did take on Sheffield Wednesday over the KCOM. That was a 1-0 win. I actually called it, folks. I got partially called it, a 2-0 win for Hull City, so not too bad. Leeds did take on West Brom, and they won 1-0. Just the 1 goal in it, and I called the 1 goal difference as well. Leeds United 3-2 for me, so another 3 points in the bag. First loss of the campaign for West Brom. Middlesbrough duked it out to a 1-1 draw with Preston. I thought the Borough would win it, but they didn't. So that's a bit of a shambles. Wigan did take on Birmingham at the DW, 1-0 final score. Actually went with a 1-1 draw on this one, so not bad. A little bit off the money. Reading got an absolute pasting by Fulham at the Matchday, 4-1 final score. I went with a 2-1 win, so not too bad. Got the right result. Stoke lost again. Manager hangs by a thread at the moment as Huddersfield picked up the first victory since the Crowleys took over. 1-0 for Huddersfield final score. I went with Stoke on this one, 2-1. A couple of draws here. Barnsley took on Derby, 2-2 final score over at Oakwell. I actually went with a 1-1, so not bad indeed. And Brentford took on Bristol City, the Battle of the Bees. That ended up as a 1-1 draw. Got this one 2-2, so if I could flip-flop them around, that would have been 2 bang on the nose. Cardiff took on QPR, and Cardiff put up at a Barnstormer. 3-0 final result on that one. 2-0 for me, so not bad indeed. Charlton lost at home to Swansea. 2-1 final score, and that one actually went 2-1 the other way, so not too bad indeed. And Luton wrapped up the weekend, or the midweek. 1-1 final score at Kenilworth Road. So a valuable point for Millwall. Slip up perhaps from Luton after they took care of business against Rovers on the weekend. So a 3, 4, 5, 6 today. So 6 for me. Not too bad, but unfortunately that only gets me in this gang. There was not many predictions in the comment section, but we'll take a look at the guys who did jump in with the predictions. Make sure if you are predicting live on the chat, get them in the comment section so you can be up here in lights, and we can talk about your results and how you guys got on. Adam Celtic, I think nobody got the top thumbs up today, but a couple of guys got the red face gang, and quite a lot of us got in the middle of the road. And that includes Adam Celtic, straight face club for him. Victor Fisher, also straight face club. Nightmare Seeker, also straight face club. No Code Drinker, straight face gang as well. Charlie Price, not too shabby. Kelsey Shambangu didn't do too well. Faith in God did all right for himself, and Ben Smith did okay. Russell Frost in the chat, unfortunately. Hello, Ralph. Unfortunately, Russell, you slipped up this week. Theo Cobb also slipped up this week, and Billy Spencer did okay for himself. So you guys, an average sort of prediction. A couple of little guys need to up their game next time out. So let's take a look at the current state of flux in the Championship. It is Swansea leading the way. Leeds are in second spot. West Brom, Nottingham Forest, Fulham and Preston occupy the playoffs. Barnsley, Huddersfield and Stoke going down. Quick answer. Will Leeds win at Millwall? And what score I've got? Yes, of course they're going to win. I don't know. I think I've got 2-1 maybe. 2-1 final score. Hello, Charlie. Welcome to the gang. Welcome to the gang. So let's take a look at this weekend's action. It is the last game before international break. So everybody wants to go end with a bang. This is their time to do it. So we're going to kick it off on Friday, which is just tomorrow. The games are rapid here, folks. So Birmingham up against Middlesbrough. Kind of a teams that have hit a bit of a rough patch at the moment. Just a 1 win for Middlesbrough at the past 6 games. As for Birmingham, 3 defeats on the spin. It's not looking good. Make sure you get your predictions in the comment section, folks, for this one. So Birmingham looking absolute dog shit at the moment with 3 defeats on the spin. Can they turn it around? The recent record between Middlesbrough, it's not in favour for Birmingham either. The past 6 games in all venues and all grounds, all competitions, 4 wins for Borough, 2 draws along the way. So they are a bit of a bogey side. And the last 6 games over at St Andrews, you've got to go all the way back to 2012 for Birmingham to take the victory. 3-2 back in the day. Charlie, what you after? What you after? So we're doing Birmingham and Middlesbrough. So get your predictions in nice and early. Liam Martin's straight in the block there. Russell Frost also got their predictions. So Liam Martin's going with Borough 2-1 final score. Russell Frost is going with the Borough same score 2-1. But Ralph Kaspar's going to be the anti Borough with a 2-1 win for the hosts. To come on. And Lewis Marsh has jumped in the gang with a 1-1 draw. Any other predictions before we plough forward? I'm actually going to go with a squeaky 2-1 win for the Brummies as well. Rory Prop's going in with a 1-1 draw as well. Did I get you, Liam? So you went with 2-1 Borough. So it's a bit hot and cold. A lot of us going for Borough, but I'm siding with the Brummies. Next up, we go Fulham against Charlton. This is the early game on Saturday. Charlton look good and have looked good this season so far. Surprised a lot of us. They still have got aspirations or a little bit of dreams of playoffs. They come into this in 8th in the table. Fulham 5th as it stands. Both sides have Charlton have lost 3 games this season. Fulham the 2, and Fulham's form is back-to-back wins on this one. Charlie Anderson's coming late to the game with a 3-0 win for Borough. So Fulham looked good recently. The record over the recent seasons between themselves and Charlton, going all the way back to 2012, is 3 victories for the Cottagers, 1 win for Charlton away from them, 2 draws as well. The last time Charlton picked up a victory against Fulham, regardless of the venue, was a 2-1 win back in 2012. Not sure what it is. It looks like it could have been a friendly cup. The last 6 games over at the Craven Cottage, 5 wins for Fulham, 1 win for Charlton, and again, that win for Charlton all the way back in 2012. We have some picks in the house. We want to look at what the bookies think. Let's take a little look. The bookies got 5-2 for Fulham to take it, 7-1 the draw, 7-1 the away win, 19-5 the draw. We have some picks in the house. Russell Frost going with a 1-1 draw. Liam Martin's going with a 2-1 win for Charlton. Lewis Marsh is siding with Fulham on this one, 2-1. Charlie Anderson's gone big, 6-goal thriller, 4-2 for Fulham. Rory Pop's gone with a 2-1 win for Charlton. And Ralph Kaspar is undecided. He's gone 2. Somebody's scoring 2. I'm guessing maybe 2-0. I'm going with 2-0 for Charlie's pick. Nope. He's changed his mind. 1-1 final score. Couldn't separate the two sides. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 3-0 win for Fulham, who potentially, with a win on the weekend, could go as high as top of the pops if everything goes their way and goal difference and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have to see if that comes to fruition. Moving forward, we have Bristol City up against... who are they taking on? Reading over at Thrashton Gate, I call it, because we got spashed last time we played there. The recent record between these two sides is a bit surprising, actually. Reading picking up 3 wins over Bristol, 2 for the home team, and 1 draw along the way. Last season, this result ended up as a 1-1 draw. The recent record between these two sides over at Thrashton Gate, or whatever they call it normally, but I just call it Thrashton Gate. 2 wins for the home team, 3 victories for Reading, and 1 draw along the way. So Reading are a bit of a bogey side for Bristol City in this one. Reading not looking good at the moment, just above the drop zone as it stands. And they could be in the relegation zone should they lose and everything else turns around for Barnsley and Huddersfield this weekend. So Reading could go into the drop zone. They have lost 4 of the past 5 games. It's not looking good. Bristol City on the flip side, 3 draws along the way. It smells like a draw, I think. It smells like a draw. What you guys got in the predictions? Liam Martin's going with a 3-0 win for the hosts. Russell Frost, same scoreline. Ralph Kaspar's going with a 3-1 win for Bristol. Lewis Marsh is going with a 2-1 win for Bristol City as well. Everybody's siding with the hosts on this one. I'm going to join in as well and go with a 2-0 win for Bristol City. Rory Pop joining in the gang. So this could be the start of a worrying period for Reading as they edge into the international break. Get my words out. Next we have Derby against Luton Town. Now, despite their off-the-field dramas, they actually pulled out a couple of decent results recently. Up against Luton Town. Now, the recent record between these two sides only goes as back as 2005, and they've only played each other 4 times in that period. And in those 4 games, 2 wins for Derby, 1 win for Luton, and 1 draw along the way. Derby are actually coming into this 2 wins on the spin against Luton, both home and away. Derby also coming to the 16th in the table, and a win for them potentially could go as high as 12th. Luton Town on the flip side, after that victory and draw in the past couple of games, could also go as high as 12th as well. So winner of this game could leapfrog and into mid-table going into the international break. What we got in the predictions? Well, we got a couple in there. Russell Frost is nice to know with a 2-1 win for Derby. Liam Martin with a 2-0 win for the hosts as well. Rory Pop siding with the Hatters, Man Hatters that they are, 1-0 win for Luton Town. The bookies, Lewis Marshall with a 2-2 draw just before we get to the bookies. Evens for Derby, 13-5. The away team, that's Luton, 27-10. It is the home side. For me, well, I'm actually siding with a 3-1 win for Derby. Despite their off-the-field woes, I think they got their head screwed on, and maybe, just maybe, that little drama off the field might be a blessing in disguise, and they might be able to turn things around. Someone who hopes to turn things around is Huddersfield. Before we get into Huddersfield, Ralph's gone into the gang with a 2-1 win for Derby. So we'll see how all our picks come in. Again, make sure you get them in down below so we can get them in the chat next time out. So this game is an absolute stonker. Huddersfield obviously recently in the Premier League up against Hull City, who have been up and down recently. The past 6 games between these two sides, surprisingly, 5 victories for Hull. They are a bogey side over Huddersfield. The last time they did play each other was back in the Championship, and it was a 2-2 draw at the McAlpine, John Smith's, Kirklees, whatever you want to call the stadium, whenever Huddersfield have been at home. The recent 6 games, or the past few, going back to 2013, 2 wins for Huddersfield, 1 win for Hull, and 1 draw. That's when Huddersfield have been at home. Now, Huddersfield coming to this on the back of a win. Maybe, just maybe, they've managed to turn a course. That's 2 games unbeaten for Huddersfield. Hull, on the flip side, they're up to 13th right now, and a win potentially into the top 10 should they get a result. A win for Huddersfield could see them get out of the drop zone, depending on what goes on with Reading and Barnsley. So we'll have to see what goes on there. Liam Martin's nice and early with a 2-0 win prediction for Hull. Russell Frost on the flip side also sees 2 goals in it, but he can't separate the 2 sides. He's going with a 1-1 draw. Lewis Marsh also with a 1-1 draw as well. The bookies, I'll give you the bookies odds in just a tickety-boo. They think it's 8-5 prediction for 8-5 odds on Huddersfield to take the win. 7-4 for Hull. 23-10 will be the draw. So for me, what have I got in my predictions? Well, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for the hosts to snatch it. Rory Pop with a 2-2 draw as well. Next up, we got Millwall up against Leeds. Now, someone did ask for my prediction for that bad boy earlier. I'll reveal it right here, right now, the actual number on it. The bookies see this game as a 4-1 home victory for Millwall, 7-10 or 10-7 on for Leeds. So Leeds red hot favourites, 14-5 the draw. The recent record between these two sides over in all competitions and all grounds, 3 wins for Millwall, 2 wins for Leeds, and 1 draw along the way. However, the past 2 games have been more in favour of Leeds. 3-2 victory for Leeds last time at Ellen Road. And the last time that these two sides played at the Den was a 1-1 draw. There was a 7-goal thriller not too long ago as well, with Millwall nicking it. The last 6 games between the two sides over at the Den has been heavily in favour of Millwall. So they might have a mental plus point over Leeds going into this one. So they're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games unbeaten against Leeds. But I think this could be the match that breaks them or turns a corner, and Leeds should come out on top and win this one. Leeds come into this 20 points on the board, second in the table. Millwall come into this in 18th spot, 2 losses at the past 6 games, and in the rest of that 6 games there's been 4 draws. What have you guys got? You got quite a few predictions in here. I'm going to go with Russell Frost with a 2-0 win for Leeds. Liam Martin's also siding with Leeds. Ralph Kaspar's also sided with Leeds, 3-1, 2-1 respectively. Lewis Marshall going with a 2-2 draw. Rory Pops going with Millwall. He's going with the form book and the recent mentality that Millwall seem to have over Leeds here. So I'm actually going to go with a cheeky 3-1 win I made this call without looking too deep into it. That was my first look at the recent form between these two sides. So it might change my mind. Welcome, Promise Fabian. Welcome to the gang. We are taking a look at Matchday 11 out in the Championship. Next up, we have Nottingham Forest up against Brentford. This one's a tasty looking one as well. Both sides doing, well, Nottingham Forest are doing absolute bits right now. Fourth in the table, 4 wins at the past 6, but unbeaten in 6. Brentford on the flip side, 2 defeats at the past 6 games, and unbeaten run of 3 at the moment. So looking good for both of these sides recently. The past 6 games between these two sides, in all venues, in all grounds, 4 wins for Brentford, 2 wins for Nottingham Forest. But the last time that these two sides played at the City Ground was a 2-1 win for Forest. The recent record at the City Ground between these two sides, 4 victories for Brentford on the road when played Nottingham Forest. So before the 2-1 victory last season, Brentford won 4 on the spin. So they also have a bit of a recent track record when playing Forest on their own turf. The bookies, what do the bookies think on this one? Well, I'm going to tell you. 9-5 for the home team, 31-20, or basically 3-2 for Brentford. 23-10, the draw. So what do we have in the picks? The pickaroonies. Liam Martin's gone with a 2-1 win for Forest. Russell Frost has gone with a 2-0 win for the hosts as well. Lewis Marsh is siding with Forest. Rory Pop's gone with Brentford, 1-0 win. Promise Fabian's gone with a 1-1 draw. Ralph Kaspar's also gone 5-goal thriller, 3-2 victory for Nottingham Forest. For me, obviously, we play Forest midweek. They're a decent side, and especially at home, I expect them to turn it on. 2-0 win, final score, and that potentially, boys and girls, could send Forest to the top of the pops. Win for Brentford, that could see them jump as high as 12th. Not too much headway on their 15th spot at the moment. Next up, we have Preston North End up against Barnsley. That's right, Preston North End sits 6th in the table. Unbeaten in at least 6 games, 3 draws, 3 wins at the past 6. Barnsley on the flip side, 3 losses at the past 6 games. So it's not great. Just the 1 win so far this season. It looks like it was a while ago as well. The recent record between these two sides looks pretty favourable. In fact, it looks pretty boring. 1 win for the hosts, Preston North End. That was all the way back in 2014. Barnsley last time beat Preston North End at Deepdale at 2016 as well. The past 3 games between these two, in whatever divisions they were in, was draws. 3 draws along the way. It smells like a draw. Looks like, but Preston are looking good at the moment under the management of Alex Neil. The bookies say this: 13-20 or 20-13 for Preston on 3-1 the draw. 17-4 is the away win on this one. Liam Martin sided with Preston on this one, 2-0 win. Russell Frost gone with a 2-1 win for North End as well. Lewis Marsh can't separate the two sides, 1-1 draw. Rory Pop's gone goals galore here, 4-goal thriller. Ralph Kaspar's gone with a 2-1 win for Preston, and Promise Fabian's gone with a 2-2 draw as well. I'm actually siding with Deepdale on this one to go big. To end the recent hoodoo against Barnsley and take home all 3 points. And again, potentially this could send them top of the pops, depending on goal difference and goal swing, and make sure everything else goes for them at the top of the table. But of course, folks, we are talking about it. The game of the weekend. It is QPR up against Blackburn Rovers, boys and girls. That's right. These two boys, obviously, Premier League maestros in the past. Hang on, I've got to bring up the stats here. Obviously, I'm actually going to be covering this game live on Twitch with a watch along, so come stop by, say hello. There's the link to the Twitch stream thing in the old comment section down below. Click on that bad boy, head over, smash the follow. You'll be updated at when I go live, and we'll be there about 5 minutes before kickoff. We'll talk about it, talk about the starting lineups and all kind of good stuff. Anyway, let's talk about this game right here, right now, the prediction. Going into this, Rovers come into this 6 games unbeaten against QPR in all venues and all grounds. The last 6 games, so it's 4 victories for Rovers, 2 draws along the way. In the last 6 games, when QPR have hosted them, again, unbeaten Rovers going into this. We have a hoodoo and some over QPR. 4 draws along the way, 2 wins as well. Back-to-back wins coming into this down at Loftus Road or wherever they play their games. The bookies, what do they see on this one? 11-5 for Rovers, 6-5 for QPR. They are favourites. They are scoring goals for fun at the moment. 30-5 the draw. So QPR, where are they in the table? They're just above us. Actually, they sit in 11th spot. And a win for them potentially could shoot them up as high as 3rd. Rovers on the flip side, a couple of points adrift. A win for us could potentially send us to 7th, which will be an absolute tonic going into the international break. We've got some picks in the house. Russell Frost, nice and early with a 2-1 win for QPR. Boring. 4-1 wins. 4-1 win for Rory, for Rovers. That's what I'm talking about. Lewis Marsh sided with the Rovers as well. 2-1 win. Liam Martin, unfortunately, he's sided with Russell Frost with a 2-1 win for QPR. Rolf Kaspar's gone with a 1-0 win for Rovers. And Promise Fabian, what are you doing, buddy? 2-1 win for QPR. What you doing? But it's fair enough. They are scoring goals, and it's we come into this just 2 wins at the past 4. QPR though, back-to-back defeats. Just saying, just putting that there for you. I'm actually going to go with a 2-2 draw. The recent games I've backed Rovers, we've not delivered. I'm kind of doing some reverse psychology. So when back Rovers, they lose. So when I back them to draw, they'll win. That's my ethos heading into this. Next we have Sheffield Wednesday up against Wigan. This game is also taking place on Saturday. The recent record between these two sides heavily in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. They come into this actually winning the last time that these two sides played at Hillsborough, 1-0 final score. But Wigan did beat them at DW earlier last season. That was quite a heavy scoreline as well, 3-2. Excuse me. The last 3 times between these two sides at Hillsborough have ended up in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. Woo! What have I done? I've done something. Wow, made that big. I've actually got a 2-1 win. I'm going to give you the reveal right now. I pressed some button. But anyway, Sheffield Wednesday to take the 2-1 win for me. The situation in the table sees Sheffield Wednesday with sitting in 9th in the table, 16 points on the board. 1 defeat at the past 4. That's last time out. Wigan on the flip side look good at the moment. They've turned a corner. 1 defeat at the past 5. So they're on the up. They're in 19th in the table. Win for Wigan could see them jump to 12th above Rovers potentially. Sheffield Wednesday have the potential to go as high as 3rd. What have we got in the picks in the house? Russell Frost side with Wednesday, 3-1 win. Liam Martin also with a Wednesday, 2-0 win. Final score. Ethan Hawkins, welcome to the gang, 1-0 win for Wednesday. Ralph Kaspar's gone with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday as well. Rory Pops, he's probably a little ahead of the game with his prediction, but he's siding with Sheffield Wednesday to snatch it over QPR, but they're not playing, but I'm thinking he's going with Wigan. I'll allow it. Ralph Kaspar with a 2-0 win for Wednesday. Lewis Marsh with a 3-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Come on, Owls. He is an Owls. I'm actually backing the Owls as well with a 2-1 win to take that and potentially go as high as 3rd in the table if they get their goal swing correct. And moving on to the penultimate game, Swansea City up against Stoke. What's going on? This surely has to be Nathan Jones's last game. It'll be perfect time to get rid of him, because it'll be into the international break and potentially bring in someone else who'll have a couple of weeks to sort shit out. They're probably looking for somebody right here, right now, and maybe, just maybe, if they could pull out a win, a surprise win against Swansea, they might have given a stay of execution, but it's not looking good at the moment. They are rock bottom, 6 points clear or adrift of the relegation spots right now. They've just picked up the 1 point in the past 6 games up against the Swansea side, who are top. It's top versus bottom, heavily in different sort of match and different form here. But on the flip side, Swansea have only won 1 out of the past 4 games, so they're up for grabs. If they really up their game, and they have the players, it's just not working for them. Recent record between these two sides shows 2 wins for Swansea, 4 wins for Stoke, 0 draws along the way in the last 6 games over at the Liberty. It's a bit hit and miss. 3 wins for Swansea, 2 wins for Stoke, and a draw along the way. Go back to 2018 in the Premier League. Stoke took care of business over Swansea with a result here. The bookies, I think they also side with it as well. 11-10 for Swansea, 11-4 for Stoke, 23-10 the draw. They've got the quality, they've got it in them. I've got them up in the playoffs in my prediction. But you guys think it's going to be a one-way traffic. 3-0 Swansea, Liam Martin. 3-0 Swansea, Ethan Hawkins. 4-0 Swansea, Russell Frost. 3-1 win for Swansea, Lewis Marsh. 5-1 win for Swansea, Ralph Kaspar. And a 2-0 win, Rory Pop for Swansea. For me, I'm also going with Swansea. 3-1 win, final score, and again, I think it also will be the sack race for poor Jonesy boy. And wrapping it up, will it be West Brom's day or will it be Cardiff's day as we end Matchday 11, heading into the international break? Recent record between these two sides, the last 6 games, all competitions and all venues, going all the way back to 2008. 2 wins for Cardiff, 1 win for West Brom, 3 draws along the way. The last 6 games, though, over at the Hawthorns, going us back as 2007. It's been 2 wins for both teams, West Brom and Cardiff, and 2 draws along the way. But you have to go all the way back to 2009, when Cardiff last picked up a victory at the Hawthorns. So that's 10 years ago. Obviously, West Brom looking good at the moment, 3rd in the table, but they do come into this just 2 wins at the past 4 games, whereas Cardiff sit in 10th spot. And they're doing as Wass's chops Warnock does. Unbeaten in 6 games at the moment, but in that unbeaten 6-game cluster, it's 4 draws and just the 2 wins. So, yeah, not all statistics paint a good picture, if you know what I mean. So, what have you guys got in the predictions? This is the last game before we wrap up with a bit of admin. We have a 2-2 draw from Ethan Hawkins, can't separate two sides. Russell Frost also a 2-1 win for West Brom. Lewis Marsh can't separate two sides with a 1-1 draw. Liam Martin's gone with a 2-1 win for the Baggies. Rory Pops also siding with the Baggies, 1-0 win. And Ralph Kaspar's gone with a 1-1 draw as well. The bookies, 5-4 on for West Brom, 10-3 the away win, 11-4 the draw. Cardiff potentially could win. If they win, they could go as high as third spot in the table, and West Brom, of course, could go top of the pops. For me, I'm actually siding with a goals galore here, because this is, I was going to say it's live in front of the cameras, but it's not. 5-goal thriller, West Brom to nick it, and potentially could be in a good zone heading into the international break. That, my friends, will wrap up my batch of predictions, but don't go anywhere. Let's kind of clean up a little bit. Make sure you, the guys in the chat, make sure you get your predictions and comments in the chat below, the comment section down below, so you can feature next week. Let's just say, between you and I and the folks that are watching, that these results were to come through and come true. This is what the table would look like at the end of Matchday 11. Rovers would be down to 14th, which looks absolutely horrific. Swansea, top of the pops. These are second. Forest, West Brom, Fulham and North End would occupy the playoffs. Down the bottom would be Stoke, Barnsley and Huddersfield going down, as if the season were to end today. So, yeah. Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early. Before we go, obviously, into the international break, so these prediction shows will take a little bit of a back seat next week. We won't be back, but the next round of predictions will be a week Monday. So not this coming Monday, the following Monday, where we'll take a look at Matchday 11. Be sure to come by. The time will be around about now, but it might be different. I have to see what my schedule is like. Same applies for the Premier League and the Champions League. We'll have to take a look at those. I'm not sure when that takes place. Also, let you know I am doing a FIFA 20 career mode with Sunderland right now. We're up to episode 10 at the minute, so make sure you come and check that bad boy out. Daily episodes with that. You can see some frustrations with me. And also, some late night FIFA on my Twitch stream. That will take place. I did it on Monday, did it some yesterday, last night as well. And I'm talking late night. For you guys in the UK, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, that sort of stuff. We'll be back again, I think, tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see, though. We'll try and do some late night FIFA tomorrow. On Twitch. That's on Twitch, not on YouTube. And speaking of Twitch, I will be live on Saturday for the Blackburn Rovers watch-along as we take on QPR down at their new stadium, or the stadium that they've renamed, which is a bit of a mouthful. Yeah, so I'll be live for that. 5 minutes to kick off. Come by, say hello, see what you think. I'll bring you up to date with all kinds of stuff behind me, all the update scores, and you'll get to see some nice little graphics going on. It's a barrel of laughs. It's a barrel of laughs, folks. But what do you guys think? Is it going to be jam-packed, goals galore this weekend? And what about the international break? The England squad is now live, and there's been some surprise omissions and surprise occlusions in it. And if you want any other questions asked right now, go for it. While you do that, I'll take a quick sip of my drink. If there's nothing after it, then I'm going to rock and roll and bounce out of here. It doesn't appear to be any questions, so I'm going to rock and roll. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Much love, much love. I will be back in some guise over the next few days, whether it's FIFA or something like that. But be sure to stop by on Saturday on Twitch for the live watch-along, as we hope to see Rovers end this chunk of the season with a win. And then we'll be back. Until then, ciao for now. I'm going to be out of here. I think it's time to roll the outro. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.